Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft episode on the Alphacraft server. I'm back in the string farm, the cave spider spawner today, and I just wanted to go over a couple of things. A lot of you have made some really good suggestions about how to stop these fellas from climbing walls, from using ice on the walls and buttons and flowing water, glass, you know, you name it, you've suggested it and I've tried it. Now, any solid block, and even with the buttons on it, any solid block has allowed them to just climb straight up it. And the water, which I had flowing over the back and down, it just made it easy for them to swim up it. So nothing seems to work. Nothing so far has seemed to work. I've actually left a little bit of ice down there, and you can't see it, but I've actually put glass over the top of the water stream. So when they swim up to that end, they can't climb the wall because they bang against the glass before they go up the wall. And I was hoping that the water would just wash them back down again. That seems to work-ish, but I'm still getting the odd one up in the corners. But fortunately, having one or two up in the corners hasn't affected the spawn rates. And the spawn rates have been really good. So what I've done, I mean, look at that again already. I emptied this not that long ago. I've been AFK for how long today? 3 hours maybe today, and already we've got that much string, which I've converted a bit of it into white wool. But I've also got JJ and Wild a shulker full of white wool. So what I'm going to do now is have that away, and I'm going to pop back to spawn. Gonna be dark, isn't it? Dark o'clock. Not dark o'clock. Not quite dark. Raining o'clock. So I'm going to make my way back to spawn, and I'm going to hello mate, give JJ and I'm going to put this in the Nether Hub so that those guys can do whatever they need to do with it. However, I've got to have a look at this. Look at this. Now, if you've seen JJ's and Wild's video on Sunday, it came out this morning as I'm recording this, you'll see that they've done this fantastic steampunky kind of thing above the spruce moose, and I love it. I think it looks fantastic. I'm really not going to be able to do it justice unless I run away miles away, but that is brilliant. Still got work to do. They've still got a little bit more. Still got a few more leaves to go around the outside of it, and they've used 1,000,001 leaves as it is, but they've still got to put a few more. But that is absolutely fantastic. See if we can see it a little bit better up here. Look at that. Those guys are awesome. And then you've got the Iron Alpha up there. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I started the stone farm working earlier on because somebody had used it and hadn't refilled it. Shall I get that bunny? Nobody's going to love me if I kill a bunny. Oh, and I've killed a bunny. And I've got a bunny head as well. I'm sorry. All you bunny lovers out there, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't. I couldn't help myself. But whacking a poor bunny. It's just there. It was just there to be hit. Anyway, sorry. Oh, thought we'd lit this place up. I've had a few comments as well about this. About people being scared to death walking out of there. Oh, right, JJ and Wild, there is a shulker full of white wool in the chest. So please come and use it if you want it to make that balloon on the Iron Alpha. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a way. I'm going to pop back to the spider spawner and have a way with a couple of stacks of that white wool myself, because what I want to do now is head back over to the head back over to the witch farm, and I want to put a roof over the top of it, but the roof is going to be at Y256, right at the very build limit, and it's going to be white, and it's going to look like a cloud. So it's going to cover the, it's going to allow the witch farm to be, ooh, Did I just hear a spider? I've been around spiders for too long. I'm starting to hear them. So the cover, the floating cover is going to cover the witch farm, witch hut, and allow it to be in total darkness all the time, which means it will have more spawns. We don't have to wait until it's night. But when you look up, hopefully it'll look like a big cloud. Maybe I'll make it cloud shaped. I don't know yet. Don't forget I've got a skelly in here. So let's go skelly bashing. Oh. Maybe I don't have a skelly in here. There was a skelly in here. But now there's not a skelly in here. So I'm going to go and grab myself some wool. And then head back over to the witch farm. So I'll see you there. Right, so I'm back here again. What I'm going to do then is pillar up using dirt. I think I've got quite a bit of dirt. And I'll do it quickly before it gets too dark. Need to get in the middle of the... Oh, I need to get in the middle of here to start with. And... Oh, you idiot. You're embarrassing yourself, Frills. I actually don't want those blocks there. I don't want things spawning on them. I made the common mistake, and I'll say it's a common mistake. I made the common mistake of thinking the other day while I was rowing around in my boat that there was nothing spawning on the platforms when there should be, because it was dark and they were top slabs and we should have mob spawns. There wouldn't be any mob spawns on here because only witches spawn inside the bounding box of a witch hut, which is why there were no other mobs spawning on here. So I was getting myself all confused. Right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so time to pillar up. Oh, have I slept? Oh no, I haven't. Unbelievable. I'm just about to pillar up. That would have been terrible, wouldn't it? I'd have had my face smashed in. Wow, that would have been that would have been brilliant. All the way up there, only to find myself being knocked off by a hungry phantom. So anyway, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to make my way all the way up to 256. Oh! Why did that noise that goes straight through me? That's a horrible noise, Mojang. Horrible noise. If that was your intention, well done. It was a horrible noise. Alright, so where was I? Put a light on here. Oh my word. Right. I'll see you at 256. Okay, so I'm up at 256, and it's a long way up. Look at that. See my house from here. Actually, I can't. It's all the way over there. But so what I've done is I can't remember which way round my witch farm is orientated. I think it doesn't matter. I've made the platform 9 by 9, which is bigger than the spawning area of the witch farm. I think it's this side, but I can't take any chances. So what I need to do now is block out. I think I'm going to block out 8 blocks. For every block I block out, it reduces the light level on the farm, on the spawning areas by 1. But I have to do it all the way around. So at the moment, on the outer edge of the spawning area of the hitbox of the witch hut down there now, the light level will be 14. So under this block now, in the middle, it will be 13, then 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm going to do it one more just for luck. 6. So now I need to extend all of this out this far. And that way, the light level on the spawning floors of the witch farm down the bottom will be less than 8, and that's what we need to allow witches to spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd have guessed 8. Anyway, so that's my next job, is to stick down this wall and make a mahoosive square. Okay, you would not believe it. Why didn't I check? Why didn't I check before I did this? I've built this level at Y256 and I can't put anything else on top of it because I'm at the build limit, like you can see. Build limit. And I just assumed, it's your worst nightmare. I assumed that nothing would spawn up here because I'm above the build limit. However, as you can see, they can. I've had a couple of zombies spawned up here and unfortunately I've been able to beat them up and get rid of them. However, that does mean that if I'm AFK higher up than 120, which I'm going to have to, then things are going to spawn up here when it's dark, which is exactly what I don't need. I can't believe it. If I'd have built it one level lower, I'd have just put torches on it. But no, I had to build it up at the build height, didn't I? I had to. So what I'm going to have to do then is rip all of this out and and build it one level lower. Fantastic. Always check, and check again. And that'll save you being a complete idiot. And I was already starting to make it look like a cloud. Okay. Right, so I've lowered it. I've lowered it by 2 blocks actually, just to be safe. And I did think about sticking carpet on the top rather than lights, but I've gone with lights, and at night it's made the outside glow but the inside stayed dark. So what I finished up doing was digging through and coming down a couple of blocks and then putting a few single blocks up there and putting torches on top of those, and that's made it look a little bit better. And like I said, I thought I'd made a massive cloud up there, but obviously when you get down here, these clouds look so much bigger than that tiny little thing up there. So maybe I'll make it a bit bigger. I don't know. It does a job. It does what it says on the tin. And if we whiz up here, that's my AFK spot. Look, over here it looks absolutely massive. But down there it doesn't. So anyway, this is done. So what I need to do now is just dig my way back down to... Have I come up here without any wall? I thought I'd got some wall. Oh, I can't believe that. On fire. Gonna have to be a block of iron. Nobody's going to make any difference. Nobody's going to tell any difference. And nobody, you're not going to tell anybody, are you? I know you're not. So I've dig back down, and I've jumped down, and when I got down, I did a bit of AFKing on that platform, and when I jumped down, I had 8 or 9 witches on the spawning floors, which was fantastic. So what I need to do now is start putting in the mechanism to flush them off. Leave that there like that. So I'll start putting the redstone in. I'm going to put glass around the outsides of it, and then there are going to be dispensers on the 3 levels. Now I could use pistons, but I don't want to because pistons make a hell of a noise. I want to use dispensers. I'm not short of a few dispensers, so I'm going to put dispensers down there. The dispensers are going to push the witches off the edge. They're going to fall. Hey, there's a witchy. It's going to fall into a little trough. I think to make it symmetrical, I'm going to have the witches pushed to either side and then come up on a bubble column elevator, which is going to shoot them up really quickly. And they're going to come up to above here. Actually, I'm probably going to have them going right up, and then they'll come out over the top and they'll fall down and die from fall damage, because witches won't drown because of their potions. They won't die in lava because of their potions. So the only way you can kill them, you can't crush them to death. Look at that. You can't crush them to death because of potions. So the only way you can kill them is through fall damage. So if I have them whiz up, in the past that would have taken them ages, but now we can use bubble column water elevators. I can get them up to Y, whatever it is, 40 levels above me here quite quickly, and then they can fall down, land on some hoppers. I'll get all the loot while I'm here AFK. I'll be able to watch witches flying by me, and everybody's going to be happy. How many witches we got down here? Oh, only one now. There were definitely 3, weren't there? You saw them. Oh my word, look at that. Oh, that's brilliant. That is really brilliant. In the day as well, it's going to be much better because there are going to be no mobs spawning over here. Witchy. Oh, uh-oh. That'll teach me, won't it? That's going to teach... Don't try and be clever when you're surrounded by... Look at that, they're even fighting each other now. That's going to go on for ages because they'll throw potions at each other. Let me grab something to eat. Oh, where's my steak? Oh, I've put my steak down. I'm going to have to eat my golden apple. I don't believe that. I'm going to have to go back. That's terrible. I can't believe I've got no... Oh, no, there's my steak. I've eaten my golden apple and there's my steak. Anyway, what was I saying? Those witches now are going to start throwing potions at each other because they're mental like that. And what that means is they'll throw a potion and they'll hurt each other, but then they'll heal themselves and then they'll carry on throw potions. So that's going to last for ages. The only way I'm going to be able to get rid of that is to fly 128 blocks that way and unload this chunk. Otherwise, I'll be doing that for ages. But anyway, look, it's working. So maybe it's not as nerfed as we thought it was. Which has made me quite happy. Made me very happy indeed. So I'm going to stick down some walls. I'm going to get rid of these witches. I'm going to stick down a couple of glass walls. Put a bit of a frame around the outside of it. And start working on my dispensers. Okay, so I've done most of the donkey work now. It's almost complete. I've put a roof on it to make it look a little bit like a witch hut. Crazy sheep. And it's a big square, like it's like it was always going to be if I was going to be building it. Inside, let me see if I can show you inside. Whoa! Shall we go looking for creepers? Shall we? Shall we go looking for creepers? I shouldn't really. I really shouldn't. However, this might be a fantastic opportunity to get a couple of creeper heads. Which is the best place to go? Let's go over. Go over here. There's one already. I love it. Oh, I might be able to get a slime head. I've got a flint and steel as well. Because normally I try to set them on fire and then they... I'm going to turn the... I'm going to turn the volume down in a second. Did I get a slime head? Did I get any head? Oh my, did you look at that? How much damage did I take there? Crikey. This is far too dangerous, really. I shouldn't be doing this. But it's so much fun. Oh, and it's over. It's over before it's begun, and I didn't get a head. Or did I? Now, do you not get heads if they explode in water? Because I clearly blew up a charged creeper. Oh, I didn't. Did I blow him up? I didn't blow him up, did I? He blew himself up. Right. Enough of that. Where were we? Right. It looks all right, doesn't it, over there? It's not going to be lit up like a Christmas tree when it's finally working because it needs to be dark o'clock in there. But it looks okay. Yeah, I think it looks okay. So we've got the timer underneath. I think I didn't get that far, did I? I didn't get that far showing you. We've got a timer under here that will put a pulse through this bit of redstone. And this is on a what is it, on 60 block delay at the moment. I'm going to change that because that's far too long to have the floors flooded. In here, I'm going to be sticking a bit of a piece of soul sand, and that's going to fire the witches millions of miles up in the air, and I'll do that in a second. And then around the back, I've left the back open so you can have a look at it. But around the back, when the clock ticks down, it will activate that bit of dust at the bottom. You can just see it there. That bit of dust there, which will activate that observer, which activates that dust, which powers all of the I've not slept for a few nights, which powers all of the dispensers on the middle level, and then it will activate that bit of redstone dust, which will power all of the dispensers on the top level. And as long as I fill them, if I fill the bottom one and the top one with water and let it activate to let the water out, and then I turn the clock off, and then I can fill the middle one with water, and that way they will alternate. So each floor will, the top floor and the bottom floor will be flooded while the middle floor isn't, and then the next cycle the top floor and the bottom floor won't be flooded, and the middle one will be. So what I need to do now is get myself up to the top. Is that the only bit of, I thought I got some more dirt. I've also put stairs on here, and I've put bottom slabs on here to stop spawns. So what I'm going to do then is just do a bit of measuring, and I need to measure up 120 blocks from the bottom of where the water is down there. Oh, my ankles. So where the water is there, if I go up more than 128 blocks above where that water is there, when the witches fall off the platforms into the water, they're going to despawn. So I need to go up about 120 blocks, and that way nothing else will get loaded while I'm on the server. I'm currently on with Forex, I believe. Oh no, I'm on my own. Forex was on a little bit earlier. So if I go up to 120 now above the bottom there, then the only thing that will be able to spawn in this area will be witches. So I better do that before, well, witches and phantoms. So I better do that before I, just before somebody comes on before, right. So I'm going to grab a load of glass, which I've put away for safekeeping in here. Grab all of this, take some measurements. I shall see you back here in a second. Alright, we're nearly there. I've done most of the legwork now. This is going to be the AFK platform. And again, I've made it out of glass because it's fantastically scary. But it also means you can see, hopefully see down and see the witches come flying up here. Also, the beauty of using glass here and not just having an open space to look down is you can actually see straight through clouds. Look at that. Clouds there. But when you look through glass, no clouds. I don't know whether that's OptiFine or whether that's just something that happens, but anyway, that's much better. What I'm going to do then is jump down and sleep, and then I've got to collect myself, I don't know, 200, it's not that many, is it, 150 or so bits of kelp, and then drop down the bottom, plant the kelp, break the kelp, put down the soul sand, and then turn off all the lights. Have I got my elytra on? Yes, I have. So I've got all my kelp, and I've got a couple of signs to stick in here. Now this is going to be my only problem, because at the moment the witches are going to get stuck on here, and I'm hoping that the witches behind, they're going to push the witch at the front into there. It's just going to have to do, isn't it? Just going to have to do. So if I do a bit of kelp planting, hopefully I won't run out of oxygen. That was close. That was close, wasn't it? That was a little bit close. Right, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to drop down here. The witches are going to come up here, across here, and then fall down onto the the red carpet. I wonder if I can activate my elytra without dying. Let me just eat a little bit. Get my strength all the way up and then give it a go. Oh, look at that. It's as if I've been doing it for years. Absolute expert. The wind rushing through my hair. So now if we break that, put that there. I hope you're going to be able to see the witches in this disgusting green water as they whistle past my platform as I'm AFK in. Yeah, all well and good. Where did all of that... Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Am I going to be able to make it? No. Stuck a dive bomber. Right, so that's that done. What do I need to do now then? I think all I need to do now is stand up and is take out all of the... Oh, I've got to fill it up with water, haven't I? Let me go and craft a load of buckets. I'll be back in a minute. Now, hopefully, I'm going to be able to fly up to the top without killing myself and activate that portal. And when I'm up there, we should start seeing some witches. Hey, witchy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, witchy. Hey, witchy. So if I fire this baby up now, don't take those off my hotbar. If I go through that now, exactly where I should be. Go back through this one. Here I am. Fantastic. So that works. So now all we have to do is sit and wait. I know I'm completely exposed. I'm probably going to have to put a roof over it. I don't know whether, and you guys might be able to help me out on this one. Oh yeah, of course. No, I don't know. I was going to say, will phantoms spawn because I've got a roof over my head? They don't. I didn't know whether they spawned if you didn't have access to the sky. But then I remember I was actually in the station back at spawn not that long ago, and some spawned actually inside the station, which was kind of weird. Now I'm a little bit concerned because nothing's spawned down there yet. How long do I leave it before I get super concerned? Mind you, I say that I can't see them anyway, can I, because of the roof. Oh, you know what I haven't done, don't you? My God, oh, look at that. Look at that repeater. Do you know what that means? That means I'm an idiot. That's what that means. Oh, for job frills. Come on, let's do it right. If you're going to do it right. I was rushing it, trying to get it done. What I forgot to do was put this repeater back in again. Right, did we hear something flush then? Bottom floors aren't flushing. Middle floor is. Top floor. I was going to change the... I'm messing you guys about, I'm sorry. I was going to change the number of ticks in here as well, wasn't I? take this down because I don't want it to be as long as it is. Take it down to halfway. Or should it be even less than that? Let's try that. Let's try that. Right, back up to the top, wasting all these rockets. Back up to the top, and then hopefully we'll have some witches. Okay, so I've been AFK here since last night, which is probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours overnight. And I've put a glass roof over my head, and it seems to either be working or I've been very lucky, but I've not had phantoms coming down and, as Avo would say, eating my face. It's on at the moment, actually. So the witches have slowed down a little bit because there are other mobs elsewhere. If I press F3... if you look top left hand corner, it says E, entities. It says 1 and then 52, which means there's 1 entity down there, or 3 entities down there, but 51 have been loaded elsewhere in the world. So there are some loaded around where Avo is now. And I've only got a couple over here, 4 down there now. So here they come. I've also done, I'll show you down the bottom as well, just before I go, that I've done a little bit of work down there to make them come through to make them go up the tube a little bit quicker. But, as you can see, I've already got quite a decent amount. I've got a bone. Well, that's a worry. That's a worry. I'll get skellies spawning in there. Hello, witchy. But anyway, the rest of the stuff, sticks and redstone and glowstone and sugar and everything else seems to be coming through. So it's not super quick. It'll never make me rich. However, there are bits coming through. So just before we go, just what I want to show you. There's a witchy. I'm gonna stop dead now. Now I'm down here. Look, there's a couple of witches down here as well. So what I've done is I've broken out the back blocks there. They were getting to that block and they were stopping. They were standing there. But since I've taken out these 2 glass blocks, they seem to walk straight into the water. So they no longer get stuck at the bottom, because they were getting stuck at the bottom and then despawning, which was no good to anybody. But on the whole, it works. So we'll call it a day for today then, everybody. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilioth by my witch hut, and I'm out of here.